Hey guys, it's your favorite pipeline nurse practitioner. I've been feeling super exhausted lately. My brains don't want to work. I think it's this gray, cold weather. I was thinking about spring, which made me think about farmers. And so, you farmers, let's talk about some of your exposures today. Firstly, farmers, you are exposed to diesel exhaust fumes from your equipment, and I've covered that plenty. But uniquely to you is fertilizers, herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, or fungicides. Fungicide. If I had to pick the top two, they affect your nervous system and they are endocrine disruptors. Firstly, pesticides. So that's organophosphates, carbamates, and pyrethroids. In the short term of exposure to these things, it can cause dizziness, headaches. Long term, it can cause memory issues, tremors, irritability, things that affect your central nervous system. And the way it works is you're exposed to a little bit over your lifetime, and that's how those toxic accumulations work. So you might not think you're exposed to it too much, but when you do it year after year, those pile up. And that's when you start developing the longer term issues. Herbicides, the glycophosphates, and atrazine. These ones terrify me. They can irritate the skin and lungs, and they're hormone disruptors. So testosterone, estrogen, affects fertility, affects blood sugar, cortisol, thyroid. That's the whole endocrine system. It messes with all of them, linked to some cancers as well. Fungicides or fungicides, you use them on crops and in stored grains, keep them from getting funky. They are also endocrine disruptors. They can cause lung irritation while you're using them, and they actually affect the liver. As a whole, these chemicals are irritants, and they cause chronic inflammation everywhere. They just cause low-level inflammation everywhere. It causes oxidative stress, and that changes DNA and increases your risk for cancers. We're all exposed to all kinds of things that cause oxidative stress, but blue-collar workers who are exposed to these kind of chemicals all the time are at higher risk. Long-term, the nervous system, as it accumulates, like I said, memory issues, coordination, and it affects your mood. The liver and kidneys work overtime. So as with anything, you want to avoid them as much as possible. That is always the best thing. But because you work with them, the next best thing is proper PPE. So you want to have, if you're mixing them, if you're spraying them, if you're doing whatever with them, you want to have as much skin covered as possible because it is absorbed through the skin. You want to have respirators on with the proper cartridge filter. You always want to wash your hands before you eat or have a cigarette or put a chew in. Sometimes it's just impossible to avoid it. You want to be hydrated. You guys never want to be dehydrated when you're around these exposures because that concentrates this crap in your system. So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Lots of healthy fiber, fruits, veggies. That helps pull it out through the gut. And you want lots of protein. Protein helps your filtering organs, your liver, your kidney, your gut. It helps those things filter. It also helps any other organs repair, your nervous system, your brain, your heart, your muscles, your skin, everything. You want to make sure you're getting enough sleep because sleep is when your body repairs. And that means cutting back on alcohol. Alcohol is a central depressant, and even if you pass out, you're not sleeping, your body's not resting, you're not repairing. So you do want to limit your alcohol intake, especially during times of high exposure. Get your lab work done regularly. We know that you're exposed. We know that you're at risk. You can do everything perfectly and you can still be exposed. Little changes do make big differences. We know your job is high risk as a farmer. You should get your labs done regularly. It can show up early in abnormal kidney function or elevated liver enzymes or even high cholesterol, low testosterone. It can show up in all kinds of ways, and the earlier you catch it, the better. So farmers, I am grateful for you. Every day I put food in my mouth, and I want you to be safe and healthy. Have a good day.